welcome all of you to, I think, what's going to be the most exciting late night, whatever this kind of show is going to be.
I want Chevy. I want Chevy.
I want to introduce you to my band leader. I don't know if you know Desi, but we'll be working together very closely.
I want Chevy.
It's going to be a tough show. It's not going to be for children. This is going to be a show that's edgy and nude.
I want Chevy.
I'm very happy you're all on board, and I think we're going to have a great first month, after which I'll be hitting the bottle.
I want Chevy. I want Chevy.
See you soon.
Nice roll. How long would it take two ferrets to get up the Sears Trade Center if Whoopi Goldberg were trying to interview them? Let's see here. I'm here, of course, to answer your questions and to ask my own. I'm very happy I made it up here. We were held in the air for about half an hour in order for others to get here first, so you ate lunch. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Rupert, who I understand his daughter is engaged. Congratulations, Rupert. That's for real. Second of all, I'd like to say, yes, I'm here. I've been asked if I'm committed. I should be for even thinking of doing this. But the fact is, I'm very happy to be here, and I think we're going to have a great show. And I've been working hard on it already, and I understand there has been some question as to whether I'm committed. And as I said, I should be. The show will consist of pretty much the Whoopi Goldberg style, except I'll wear her hair for the over-the-shoulder shots, and the only other requirement is that the guests have her teeth. So that should work fine. All kidding aside, the point of the kind of show I'm doing is that most of these shows are host-driven. I've been around for some time. I was with Mad Magazine, I was with Groove Tube, I was with, oh God, the Smothers Brothers, I was with Lemmings and Lampoon. I was, in fact, doing Saturday Night Live when David Letterman was dancing on the Mary Tyler Moore variety show with Michael Keaton. So I've had a little experience when it comes to television comedy. What can I tell you about my show that hasn't already been said? Well, nothing has been said, really, so just about anything I say goes. We are basically going to do a late-night show for laughs. It is not a question of Charlie Rose-type interviews. It's a question of will the audience, in fact, have belly laughs and enjoy themselves, and that's what this is going to be about. It will be a talk show, and we will have guest stars. But given the fact that there's not a lot you can do with a guest star that hasn't been done, we have entertainment, we have just about every daytime talk show, and now two more. The real issue, I think, is going to be what kinds of questions are you willing to ask those guests? I don't plan on being rude to my guests like some late-night talk hosts. I don't plan to make fun of them or embarrass them. I plan to give them their place. It's just a question of what question I choose to ask. And having known me, you can be sure that those questions will be interesting. But we haven't really decided the makeup of the show yet. We're not sure if we'll have an opening monologue or we'll open with cold openings. If you're interested in that, cold openings are the way I open Saturday Night Live. They require stunt work, they require little physical gags, comedy, something that comes before the actual credit roll. And the music, well, that kind of thing we'll do. I will do monologues on occasion. Most certainly, I think Weekend Update, which is something that I invented, I will probably get back into because nobody really does it quite as badly as I do. What we're trying to do with the show is put together a family of guys like me. What that means is, I'm a writer, and I remember when I was the head writer on Saturday Night Live, that really what we were looking for were people who were funny, not just people who sat at typewriters and typed, but people who were also willing to, by the seat of their pants, get on the air. So that you might have the appearance of a benign talk show taking place in which I'm imposed upon continually by these other funny characters, etc. There will be sketches, but they won't be formulated in the same way that SNL does it. There will be commercial parodies, and we will make use of our writers as a family unit in the way that David does with some of the people in his entourage, and the guys who work on the show, the stage manager, Paul, etc. But a little bit differently. That's because I'm just a touch funnier. And we're going to go for a touch funnier. Let me see, what else can I talk about? We make use of remotes. I will go into the audience quite a bit in a Monty Hall-like fashion or in a Donahue-like fashion. I could imagine running into this audience and the whole row is filled with stunt people, and I just knock every one of them over trying to get to somebody with a question, those kinds of things. I mean, pretty much anything goes on this show. We're doing it for laughs. As far as music is concerned, again, music will take a front seat here, but I plan to play with the band and be a part of the band, so that I think we're going to incorporate it in a different fashion than the way it is on other shows. There will be nudity, and there's not much I can do about that. That's First Amendment right. And let me see. Well, I was going to... That's the word for you. Oh, thanks, man. I've got a bit of a cold. I can't hear from flying up here. If I can get that squeak. No. That's water. That's great bass. That harkens back to the Bass-O-Matic from Saturday Night Live when Lorraine had to actually drink a fish that Danny had just put in a wearing blender. The new Bass-O-Matic. I'd like to answer any questions, if there are any, about our show, and I'm happy to do that. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir. Use an ointment. Yeah, that's good. Now I can see where people are. Anybody want to know any things that I haven't really touched on yet?
I have a question.
Yeah?
Do you plan on traveling to major markets to meet advertisers and station people?
I'll be at your market, most certainly, wherever you are. Get his name, I'm there.
Can you stay for a couple?
2 weeks. I plan on being a part of promoting this and making it go. I want this to be, and I think it will be, the best of the late-night talk shows. And that goes without saying. I wouldn't even get involved if I didn't think I can do television better than it's being done. It's something that I started with Saturday Night Live, and basically I wrote half that show that first year. I was on for 1 year. It's something that I feel comfortable with, and I feel very comfortable with promoting the show in many markets where I have time. Yes, sir.
You're obviously a very big movie star.
Big movie star, yes. I'm just so you can hear what he's saying. I'm worth 45 million, yeah.
You make $5 million for doing 3 months worth of work.
What is my motivation for doing this since I'm a big movie star? Well, there are a couple of things. Let me say this. I worked with Warner Brothers for many years on a new man named Steve Ross. I met a man recently named Rupert Murdoch, and I've already struck a friendship of sorts with him. I find him to be a very genial, good person who, again, is one of those people with a lot of power, but doesn't use it in a way that you wouldn't want to use it or see it used. He's easy to talk to. I feel a loyalty already to him and Lucille Salhane. It's something I've thought about for a long time. The real issue is, why quit a movie career when you can get on television any time? But for me, it's about what do I have most fun doing. I really haven't had that much fun sitting in trailers and running over lines time and time and again, then having some critic beat the crap out of my movie. I mean, it's nice to have a few hits. It's nice to have a few hits, you know, and I've had more than my share. And I could continue my movie career. And in fact, I might have to after a couple of months of this. But we'll see what happens. But I really feel at home with television, and I like getting right into people's faces through the lens. And I've just set it aside for too many years, and I think television needs a change again. Whatever that is, we're going to do it.
Lucy said that the premiere date was going to be in August. Has there been discussion about premiering in July a little earlier before the Letterman CBS premiere to get a jump on him?
Oh yeah, we've talked about all of those alternatives, and September has always been my day. Because I've got other things to do, and that was the way it was when we signed. On the other hand, it's conceivable that we would start earlier in August. Much earlier than that, I don't think would be really feasible. It takes a lot to get the thing going, and we need the time. So I would have to say that I would say August would be the earliest spot. It's nice to get a jump on things, but I want to be ready too. Yes? Yes, I have Skitch Henderson. I'm delighted with that. And Linda Hunt. We got a great Q rating. It's down at 0.05, I believe. Yes, again, as I said, let me give you an example. My announcer is somebody who can do any voice. He's a funny and delightful guy. He's a young man. He will be in many ways included, in many ways not. My writers, a number of them will be people who have done what I do almost for years. They don't just write, but they perform in the Saturday Night Live ilk, who will be great civilian guests and also great people to bounce off of. And again, my band leader. I mean, in that sense, we'll have, but we're going to do things very differently. I might take somebody up from the audience and make him my sidekick for the night. I mean, it could be anything, really. Yes?
Can you announce who some of your staff writers are? I mean,
I'd love to do that. Unfortunately, I've forgotten their names. I didn't write them down yet. And no, we're just getting them now. We're just starting, really, the process. That's why you won't be seeing me in July. There was a hand over there?
Yeah, I had a question. Since your TVQ score is so much higher than Letterman's, it's safe to assume that Fox is compensating you better than CBS is?
You're absolutely right. They are accommodating me better than CBS is. Believe me, I wouldn't be doing this if I was going to make less than I would normally make in a year. So you figure that out. I made about 48 grand last year. How many weeks what?
how many weeks of new shows or fresh shows do you have?
What does that mean? You mean shows that aren't taped, don't go out? Oh, 44 to 48. That's what Lucy just told me to say. I should really know better, you know. It's just, what was that date? Oh, yes, March 4th. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we're not live commercials. I doubt that I would take part in that area. But we will be doing commercial parodies, very much the way we did on Saturday night. We're going to be doing a lot of pre-taping and pre-shooting of things and stuff. There are other things I'd love to tell you that I don't want to give away. I can tell you that, for instance, I will have a full mask of my face made in various contortions, and we will put them on stunt people and on dancers and have things happening where you really think it's me doing it. I mean, we will have a desk that has a built-in keyboard and buttons that do other things that desk might raise. And if I don't like, you know, if it's Gore Vidal, I might get higher. Whatever it is, I don't know. But I mean, the point is we're thinking in different terms than have been thought of in the past, except perhaps Robin Williams in A Nightmare, you know. Would you like me to quit now? Okay. Well, it was good to see you all, and I want you to know, yes, I am committed for at least a month. And I'm very happy to be here. I'm glad you all came. Thanks.